Hello everyone, I'm Pete O'Farrell.
And I'm Jessica Kurgo. This is your May installment of Walpole News Today. Walpole's 2023 town election saw a disappointing 9.12% voter turnout according to unofficial election results posted by the town clerk's office. Here's more from the 2023 town election. According to unofficial election results posted by the town clerk's office, incumbent Mark Gallivan retained his seat on the select board against fellow Precinct 8 RTM and current planning board member Sarah Khatib. William Abbott and current board chair John Hassenjaeger were both re-elected to the Board of Sewer and Water Commissioners over their challengers William Hamilton and Michael Cialala. Jack Fisher of the Board of Assessors also defended his seat against Precinct 7 RTM Robert Damish. For the uncontested races, 2 vacant seats on the school committee will be filled by current committee chair Kristen Cyrek and newcomer Adrian Rogers. Town moderator Dan Bruce will serve another term after his uncontested race. The full list of Walpole's 2023 unofficial election results can be found on the town's website.
Full-depth roadway construction along Route 1A resumed on Sunday, May 21st, according to documents posted by Ben Barrett of the Walpole Select Board. The work represents Phase 2 of the 5-phase construction project, which is scheduled to conclude in the summer of 2024. Here's more from that story.
Ongoing construction work along Route 1A resumed last month. Beginning at the Davis Street intersection and progressing southward down Main Street, the contractor removed existing sidewalk and curb and relocated fire hydrants around the Aggie School. According to town officials, current conditions along Route 1A, which is a major commercial corridor and one of the region's main thoroughfares, are causing traffic congestion and safety issues for vehicles and pedestrians. The project involves the reconstruction of approximately 8,000 feet of roadway between East Street and the Norwood Town line. Efforts to repair the road's infrastructure are aimed at reducing public safety concerns and improving access to commercial buildings and nearby residential areas. For Walpole News Today, this is Patrick Zisk.
At their May 9th meeting, the Select Board voted to enter a 30-year licensing agreement with the Walpole Food Pantry for a new operating space to be constructed at 1385 Washington Street. The Food Pantry president, Bill Willith, is hopeful that a new and improved operating facility will help the organization combat increasing food insecurity in the community. Here's more on that story.
People are hurting. There's not enough. The prices of food are so high now, and who knows what the next pandemic's going to be. I think it's a great thing if Walpole has a new food pantry that we can service and help our neighbors too. Just on our Wednesday distribution, we did 258 families. In addition to that, we have deliveries of over 100 families. So we did 400 families, and that's the most we've done ever.
The Walpole Food Pantry is looking to upgrade its operating facility amid reports of rising food insecurity within the town. The pantry's president, Bill Willith, initially sought assistance from the Select Board in the fall of 2022, reporting an influx in the number of families seeking food assistance due to the pandemic and inflation. On May 9th, the Select Board joined the pantry in signing a mutually drafted letter of intent to enter a 30-year licensing agreement for a dedicated operating facility, provided that the pantry finds funding for the building's construction and meets a number of other terms and conditions.
Motion to approve the letter of intent and direct the town administrator to send the letter to the Walpole Food Pantry.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0-0.
The Select Board voted to declare the East Walpole Library and a vacant lot at the intersection of Kingsbury and Plain Streets surplus land after the sale of the 2 properties was approved at Spring Town Meeting in early May. Here's more on the story.
At the 2023 Spring Town Meeting, the sale of 2 town-owned properties were approved with a 2/3 majority vote, the East Walpole Library and a vacant lot at their intersection of Kingsbury and Plain Streets. The Select Board officially initiated the selling process at their May 9th meeting, with a unanimous vote declaring the 2 properties as surplus land. Before the vote, Town Administrator Jim Johnson addressed concerns raised at town meeting about the nearby cemetery, confirming that the lot is not needed for additional cemetery space.
This doesn't mean we're going to be selling this on Friday. It's a long, drawn-out process. This is more or less step 1 in that process.
Motion to declare the site known as the East Walpole Library and vacant lot located near the intersection of Kingsbury Street and Plain Street as surplus.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. 5-0.
For Walpole News Today, this is Nick Piccarelli.
The town officially marked the opening of the SM Lorusso & Sons Athletic Complex, formerly known as the South Walpole Community Athletic Complex, on Saturday, June 3rd. Here's more on that event. After roughly a decade of planning and plenty of controversy, construction of the SM Lorusso & Sons Athletic Complex began in the fall of 2019. At a recent dedication ceremony, town officials recognized major donors and other community members who helped with the project. Attendees sat sheltered from the rain by the Wolves' Den, a snack shop and seating area sponsored by Allied Recycling. Tony Lorusso addressed the crowd, lamenting the new field complex as the best change in Walpole in the last 100 years.
I think this field complex may be the best one so far.
Then Jen Gaiotsis, who led fundraising efforts for the project, thanked the many donors who helped fund the field complex.
With a sense of community pride. We accomplished this all because our community came together to support the project.
At the conclusion of the event, the Lorusso family cut the ceremonial ribbon.
Since 2003, the Walpole High School Film Festival has provided students with a unique opportunity to develop and showcase their skills in screenwriting, directing, and producing. 12 films were featured at the year's 21st annual festival, which took place in May. A recent Walpole Media documentary features interviews with several student producers and directors about their experience in the film festival. Here's more from those interviews.
The scene involved Leo jumping through a window, and LJ said, what if we have the camera move through the window? And all it was Kieran starting on the porch with the Ronin and handing it through the window to me.
Yeah, so a Ronin S is a stabilizer that allows you to put the camera basically on this machine, and it stabilizes the shot so it's nice and smooth and not really shaky. I think that it's really a useful tool that the film festival has that isn't used enough. It was a great resource to have, although it was really frustrating working with it because it's not the most easiest piece of equipment to use.
No! Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
I mean, it takes your movie into something that's more dynamic, something that's much more immersive, something that takes you more into the scene, into the emotional story.
My favorite part was seeing my first grade teacher and just being around the kindergartners. They're a great group of kids, and it was a really fun experience.
I really enjoyed filming the scene with Dowd. I just thought that was he was a really good actor.
I mean, it is like a Walpole Film Festival movie, but it really is a movie made by the community for the community.
We'll just get a shot of you guys coming in medium speed from there. With lights on? Lights on.
Can you put your sirens on too for this one?
Yeah, it's gonna be loud though.
That's okay.
This is something that's really unique. I mean, even just last Friday, I was at a prom and I met this guy who goes to Medfield High School, and I was talking to him about film. He was just like, wow, that's really cool. I wish I went to Walpole High School just so I could experience it. And we were just kind of talking about it. He was just like, I've never heard anything like that before.
And you build great bonds with people you really don't see, and I think that's special.
It's just a good way to broaden your horizons. Yeah, I talked to a lot of seniors who are always like, oh, I wish I did the film festival. It seems a lot of fun. You don't want to leave high school with any regrets. You want to do what you want to do, and film clubs, it's a really fun thing to do, and I just think a lot of people should do it.
I can't stress this enough. I wish I joined film earlier.
I really regret not taking film sophomore and junior year because I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
It's so fun. I think they will like it a lot.
If you're thinking about joining the film festival, do it. It is the best decision you'll ever make in this school.
When you're sitting there and at the show, watching the movie, and you made that, and if it's something good that you're proud about, it feels good.
It's a commitment. It's a commitment that you have to stick with, and if you're able to pull something off that's great, it's gonna be so rewarding. And that's what's so great about this festival, is that you know how much time you put into this and you see the rewards shown on screen. I feel like that's one of the best feelings that someone can get at Walpole.
It's overwhelming, I get it, but it is so worth it. The memories that you make, the connections that you make, the products that you make out of it are just, you can't compare anything else to it.
Thanks to a remote-controlled robot, 5th grade student Zishan Mohammed of Fisher Elementary School was able to attend classes this year despite ongoing medical treatment that would have prevented him from attending school. Affectionately named ZBot, the technology was donated by a nonprofit organization called Gramtastic Connections. With his iPad and plenty of support from classmates, Zishan could tune into class instruction, communicate with friends, and even join his class for recess from his home or from in the hospital. Walpole Media caught up with Zishan and his classmates and his teacher, Karen O'Neill, to learn more about ZBot and the ways it helped Zishan maintain a sense of connection and normalcy during such a difficult time. Here's more.
I like Zishan because he's really funny and he's always joking around and he always makes us happy even when we're not happy.
Zishan Mohammed is a beloved member of Karen O'Neill's 5th grade class at Fisher Elementary School. So it's no surprise that his energizing sense of humor and warm disposition were sorely missed when ongoing medical treatment left Zishan unable to attend school for several months during the 2022-2023 academic year. But that would eventually change with the ZBot, a remote-controlled robot donated by the nonprofit organization Gramtastic Connection.
I couldn't risk getting sick, or else the treatment would have taken longer. So that's why I had the ZBot. And then until everything was done, that's when I could come back. Even when I was in the hospital, I could still see my friends from there because if we didn't have it, then I would not have seen any of my friends for 6 months.
So when he was in the hospital, he used to come on to the Zoom with us. And it was good, except days that he really didn't feel like talking and really didn't feel like being on the video. Sometimes he would talk and he would have the screen off. And I think he thought he was being kind of projected, his head on the big screen with all the kids staring at him. So I think after a while that just kind of got a little bit uncomfortable. And then when he was feeling better and his treatments were farther between, after his treatment when he was really sick, we wouldn't see him. But then on the good days, he would come on and he would be using the ZBot in the hospital. It was just so much better because he was able to go around to the classes with the kids because they switched classes. So he loved being able to go down to the cafeteria because he felt like he was eating lunch with the kids. He was able to go to social studies. He was able to go to science. And it was just neat just traveling with them. So whatever we didn't hear, he either had a partner or he did the work at home. So we'd make sure that he had all the materials at home. But it just made it so much easier and so much better. I think as soon as he started using the ZBot, he just felt so much more back connected with his friends.
Basically, there's just 6 intros. And there's 2 things to go. So one is to go front and the other is to go back. And there's 2 more that are one is to turn this way and the other is to turn the other way. And then the last 2, one of them is to look up and the other is to look down.
He would have been gone for maybe 4 months if we didn't have the robot, so it's good to see him, see what he's doing, see if he's feeling good, all that stuff.
He's a really good part of our class and we don't want him to be out of our class, so the robot is very good at making him feel like he's in person.
It is fun to see him through the ZBot. It's not as good as seeing him in person, but it's still great because we get to see him instead of just him.
I mean, if we didn't have the ZBot, we wouldn't be able to see him and have contact with him, and that was kind of important because he was part of our class.
It's just unbelievable, just to make everybody feel connected. As great as it was for him, I'm sure, and his parents were so thrilled, it really meant a lot to all the other kids in here too. And the teachers, just to have him back and being able to be in class again.
Thanks to the ZBot, Zishan could maintain his support network and continue learning, while he and his family navigated what were undoubtedly difficult times. Fortunately, Zishan returned to school in the last few weeks before summer break, bringing with him the sense of humor and positive energy that his teachers and classmates missed so much while he was gone. For Walpole News Today, this is Jessica Kurgo.
That robot is amazing. The Walpole High School 2023 graduation ceremony took place on Turco Field on Sunday, June 4th, While the weather held out for the majority of the school's 149th graduation ceremony, the wind picked up quite a bit, as you can see from the direction of those graduation caps. Seniors Stephen Bond and Sophia Brownsword were the ceremony's two key speakers. Brownsword reflected on the class's unusual high school experience, stating that the exceedingly difficult 4 years were a testament to the resilience and dedication of her fellow classmates. That's all for this month's show. If you liked this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel.
You can also support Walpole Media by giving this video a like or by sharing it with others.
For Walpole News Today, I'm Pete O'Farrell.
And I'm Jessica Kurgo. We'll see you next time.